Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim. Oh, Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, showering the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism through your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. And now, Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devakim Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. O son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanu, extreme delight for Mother Devaki. O Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. And today we are reading the fourth shloka of the third adhyaya, Karma Yoga. And Sri Krishna is continuing his advice, teaching to Arjuna, saying that what I told, the knowledge that I have given, the teachings that I have given right in the beginning, they are not contradictory. I have shown the path of knowledge for the discerning one, for those who have the tendency of discrimination and meditation. For them, I have given the path of knowledge. And for those who get involved in the activities and duties of the world, for them, I have shown the path of work, path of beauty, the Karma Yoga. So, Sankhya Yoga for the meditative and Karma Yoga for the action-oriented people. Now, Sri Krishna further continues his teaching on how these two ancient paths of knowledge and action, they are complementary to each other. Now, Sri Krishna is going to give us a wonderful explanation on this, that they are not contradictory. Sri Krishna says, Na karmaṇām anārambhā naiṣhkarmyaṁ puruṣho śhnute na ca sannyasanād siddhiṁ samadhigachchati. Na karmaṇām anārambhāt naiṣhkarmyaṁ puruṣho śhnute. Na is not. Karmaṇām anārambhāt, non-performance of action. Karmana is action, duties. Anārambhāt, not doing anything, not performing anything. The non-performance of duties. Na śhnute puruṣah. It does not take the man to the desired result. Giving away the job that you have at hand, running away from your duties, that is not the way to reach your destination. Nacha sannyasanād, and also na is and na is not, and also not sannyasanād, from renunciation. Siddhiṁ samadhigachchati. Only by renunciation, only by renunciation, by saying that I am renouncing everything, I am going to Himalayas and I am going to merge in samadhi. Even then, no one can just get into samadhi. That the, nor does he reach to perfection by abandoning his duties, by renunciation. This is a very important teaching that Sri Krishna is giving for the escapists. And in fact, Sri Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna that you are trying to get fit into this particular lot of people with that attitude that I will not fight. Man does not become actionless by abstaining from work, by abstaining from activity, nor does he rise to perfection by mere renunciation, by external renunciations. No, nobody can gain the Brahmajnana, nor person by abandoning his duties and get into the state of becoming actionless, naiṣhkarmyaṁ. He cannot get into that state of actionless by avoiding duties, by running away from duties. Now, Swami Chidbhavananda says, the little ones seeking education take to schooling, but it is no intention of theirs to stick lifelong to the educational institution. It is not that when we get admission in say preschool and then into the lower KG, upper KG, then we go into class 1. It is not our intention to permanently stay there in that class or in that school. No. They are to pass out after successfully completing the courses of the study. I cannot say that, I love being in the lower KG. I will enjoy my life throughout being in the lower KG. The moment I have completed the coursework of lower KG, I have to go to senior KG, upper KG. And from there, to standard 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 11, 12, then get into college, complete my course. Now, if I like some course, that doesn't mean I'm going to remain in that school or college or institution for long, forever. The moment I complete that particular exam, I have to go to the higher one. And what happens when I complete all my education? Then I have to leave that educational institution and get into the job mode. So it avails them nothing to come out of the school abandoning the studies. So by abandoning the studies, we cannot gain any degree and we cannot get onto the path of whatever has been destined for us. Of course, there are a great number of examples of school dropouts who have become very successful in life. I don't have anything to say against them. They have found their ways, but there again, they have completed that phase of life of education till they could, and then they have not stuck there forever. If they found, okay, I'm not getting forward on this particular line of getting academically qualified, then they have dropped out. They have not dropped out from the race of life. They have not dropped out from this path of going forward. They found another alternative and they have started walking that path. They have made their own path. Very good. So everyone keeps on achieving something and then going on a higher path. Now, this is the kind of training that the Jivatman, that is our real indweller, is getting in the school of this prakriti, of this nature. That get what you want and move forward. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. There is no end to it, going ahead. And that is what Sri Krishna is also telling, that naiṣhkarmyaṁ, that one without duty, actionlessness, and siddhi, the attainment of Brahmajnana. Thus, these two stages connote the same thing. You cannot get into the mode of actionlessness without understanding your true nature. It is only when you understand your true nature that aham brahmosmi, that you become actionless. Then all the scriptural duties, the ritualistic duties, the formal duties, they all start dropping away. And you merge yourself, your smaller self, in the big self, and you keep on enjoying that bliss. You may come down from that plane for some time, and again you have to get into action, because till the time life exists, action has to be there. The life itself is action. The life itself is action of doing something. Till the time we are alive, we are always doing some or the other karma we are doing. There is no escape from that. So Krishna says, don't escape from the work, saying, I want to become actionless. That stage comes much later. A fully ripe fruit may be said to have reached the state of perfection. If we study how fruit comes on the tree, how it gets matured and it gets ripened, and the final stage of picking the fruit from the tree, that is, it has reached the perfection. There is no more growth that is going to happen. The only thing that is going to happen if we leave that fruit just like that is, fine, it will decay someday, and then it will drop off, it will fall off the tree. That's the only thing can happen. But once it has reached full stage of maturity, once the fruit has reached full stage of ripening, there is no further ripening process that is required by the fruit. All actions are over. Then the fruit has got into the stage of actionlessness. It's taking form from flower. Its development, growth, maturity, these are all different stages of activity. The fully ripe fruit severs its connection with the tree. If we don't pluck the fruit from the tree after it is ripened, what happens? It will drop off on its own. That's the law of nature it has to perform. In the same way, when we take birth as an infant, as a 1 day old, and start our life, there is a continuous activity, some action is going on in our body, whether we like it or not, whether we do it or not. The nature is doing it. It is making the body keep on performing those actions. The nature won't leave you like that. Only when all your duties are over, when all your karma is finished, then you get into that actionless mode, then you become naiṣhkarmyaṁ. There is nothing to be done for you. But if the fruit is plucked before its ripening, its fulfillment remains incomplete. If an unripe fruit we pluck from the tree, what happens? It cannot reach the stage of fruition, complete, formation of that ripe fruit. So, same is the case with man's spiritual life. Man's spiritual life or his progress towards Shreyas is akin to it. Now, Arjun told Sri Krishna that I wanted to become Shreyas. And you are putting me in this confusion of first you are telling me do karma, then you are telling me gain knowledge. So, Krishna says there is no confusion. They go hand in hand. Without one, you cannot reach the other. As the tender fruit grows receiving sustenance from the tree, so the man marches towards perfection in and through the discharge of duty fallen to his lot. This is very important. Whatever has come to our lot, we have to perform that duty. He derives no benefit by violently snatching himself away from the duty. I will not do this work. I will stop my work. If we start saying like this, it is not going to take us forward anymore. It is not going to help us at all. Now, desireless action is the sure means to reach actionlessness. And Sri Krishna has told us that this can only happen. You can only reach the stage of naiṣhkarmyaṁ when you start performing actions without any attachment, without any desire. Have no desire for the fruits. Let the fruit come on its own. Nature will take care, the Lord will take care of the fruit. Let us only do what is our duty. And on this particular shloka, Sri Ramakrishna's teaching, Swami Chidbhavananda ji has quoted, man's spirit, the goal of life of man is to merge in Godhood. That is the ultimate truth. That is why we have taken this birth. That is why we have come into this body. The body is going to help us to reach our destination, and that destination is to merge in Godhood, to know our real nature, to have that self-knowledge, the Brahma Jnana, the Atma Jnana. Make a reminder knot of this fact in the corner of your scarf, and then plunge in the discharge of your duties. What Sri Ramakrishna says, you cannot avoid the duties at all. But again, that is not your ultimate goal. Duties is just one way of reaching your goal. Performing duties is just one way of reaching that goal of self-realization, of knowing our, being one with our Godhood. So, tie a knot at the end of your scarf. Earlier days, that was the practice followed by people, that they used to tie a knot at the end of their cloth to keep them constantly reminding, this is what is to be done, this is what is to be done, this is what is to be done. So Sri Ramakrishna says, tie that knot, tie the knot of my ultimate is to know myself. That is the ultimate objective. So that objective you tie at the end of your scarf, so that will constantly keep on reminding you what is your real duty, what is your real objective of taking this birth. Not just to come, eat and dance and sleep and you just make merry, and then one fine day when your time comes, just leave the world for next birth to be taken. That is not the life. That is not the goal of life. The goal of life is to know my oneness with my mother, to know my oneness with the Lord. And therefore, let us tie that knot at the end of our scarves and keep on performing our duties in the world, like Sri Krishna has said, but constantly at the back of our mind, that knot will keep us reminding us that I have to reach my mother. I have to know my mother. I have to see the beautiful, compassionate face of my mother. So that is about Sri Krishna's teaching in the fourth shloka, that it is not by avoiding work you can reach the state of actionlessness, naiṣhkarmyaṁ. Neither just by renouncing everything you can gain samadhi. That doesn't happen. So that was the beautiful teaching of Sri Krishna in this fourth shloka, and next in the fifth shloka again we will see that what is the actionlessness and how Prakriti compels us to perform these actions. So that is what Sri Krishna is going to tell us in the fifth shloka. Till then, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Swami.